This is the 21st season of Bass Talk Live. BTL is presented by Bass Cat Boats, Strike King Lures, AFTCO, Pro Guide Batteries, Spro, Gamakatsu, The Bass Tank, Denali Rods, Beatdown Outdoors, and Sunline.
BTL coming at you.
Good morning and welcome to another exciting edition of BTL Bass Talk Live, where we are going to talk about fishing. Got a great week of shows. Yesterday, I want to give another thanks to Brad Fuller, president of the National Professional Fishing League, for jumping on and kind of giving, lack of a better term, a State of the Union address for all things, I think I said past, present, and future for the National Professional Fishing League. And then that kind of rounded out the trio of captains, CEOs, presidents, fearless leaders, whatever you want to refer to them as, for the three major organizations, with the Chase Anderson with Bass from last month, Boyd Duckett last month as well, and then Brad Fuller for the NPFL. So if you want to get a 3.5 hour look at all things that are going on from the top down in the tournament fishing world, you got them right there on BTL. If you notice, one of the things we started this year with Dave Rush from Best on Tour is Best on Tour this week. It's a short 5 to 7 minute recap of everything that's happening in the world of professional bass. See, I've got it memorized. In the world of professional bass fishing, both on and off the water. And that's kind of in coordination with the Best on Tour newsletter. Best on Tour has been my boat wrap for the last 4 years. I think this is a 5th year, kind of a split wrap this year, which I'm very excited about. The Puma is hooked up in the driveway, gassed up, ready to go. I have no bass rods in the vessel. I only have 7 crappie rods in 10 feet all the way up to 16 foot in length. As soon as we're over today, I am meeting Zeke Anderson, and we are filming for the first episode of CTL Crappie Talk Live, which will kick off November 11th. Kind of geared towards bass anglers who are looking to up their crappie game in the winter and chase giants. This first episode that we're going to do, it's a little bit of a hike. I got to drive about 2 hours here, but we are doing early season roamers around timber, which is like a big thing kind of in this kind of neck of the woods at Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, where actually the winter crappie season is just kicking off now. So there's that kind of transition time, kind of what they're experiencing on Grand Lake for the Toyota Series Championship. We got Blake Schroeder and Todd Castledine to come on in the second half of the show to talk about that. But we are going to get on the water and record it, film it, and come out with the show. So I have no idea how that's going to go. It's a passion project. If you guys aren't interested in it, it's not going to hurt my feelings not to watch it, but I have had enough individuals over the past several years as I have kind of dove deeper and deeper into the giant crappie hunting trails to be like, you know what, screw it, let's do a CTL. So anyway, I got a split wrap this year with One Standard, which is a new premium crappie tackle company that just hit the market last year, and Best on Tour. I say all that to say this. One of the cool things that Best on Tour is doing with another individual who is behind and kind of in front of the scenes is Jordan Babcock, who's been with Best on Tour since the beginning. And he had kind of a brainchild to do the BOT Awards. Now, I know that there's a number of other organizations and podcasts and stuff that do kind of like the year-end awards, but Jordan took it a step further and really went into the industry, not just on the water, but off the water, kind of what Best on Tour is known for. So for the first half of the show, we're going to bring Jordan on, and we're going to walk through the BOT Awards that, if you are watching or listening to this, you have a chance to vote. And I better bring Jordan in to make sure this is correct. What's up, Jordan?
Hey, man. How's it going?
You have a chance to vote, and then if you vote, you have to submit your email address there. You are automatically entered for a $200 prize pack from Best on Tour. That's all you have to do, is go on and vote for the categories.
Right. Yeah. Just go through the categories, vote for as many or as few categories as you want to. I mean, there's like 20 of them. So if you are going through and you decide, oh, I have a really strong opinion on these, but I'm going to leave these blank, that's fine. You don't have to fill them all out. But yeah, after you're done voting, just submit your email and we will draw from those lists of emails and send out here in a few weeks after the votes are done who wins the $200 prize package. So.
Now, we talked about this a little bit over the past month or so. There was an initial round of voting where it was kind of open, where viewers and listeners of the Best on Tour newsletter, which goes out to tens of thousands of individuals across the country, could vote for all of their categories. You then got with the other people behind the scenes, Best on Tour, tabulated all of those votes, came up with the top 3 for each of those categories. Those are the final votes, and the voting is now open. The link is in the YouTube description of the show. You can also go to bestontour.net, click on the top right corner if you're on a PC or on your cell phone for the Best on Tour awards, and that is open through November 24th at 11:59 p.m. All the details correct there, Jordan?
Yep, you nailed it. We opened nominations for a couple weeks, and so those were just open-ended, right? Like, hey, here's the categories. Who do you think should be nominated for this? So we went through, me and Dave yesterday, and tabulated all those, like you said, and narrowed it down to the top 3 for each one. So if people are wondering, how do we come up with this list? That's how we went through our fans' nominations. So our subscribers and other people that follow our socials went through and just nominated who they wanted, and we picked the top 3. And those are who we're going to vote for. So I'm curious to see how these turn out. There's a lot of really good categories and a lot of really good names in here. So I'm really excited to see how these turn out. And actually, let me mention really quick, Matt, you have seen a sneak peek of this, but this is what we're after here. This is the Best on Tour Award medal for this year.
Very nice.
This is custom 3D printed. So if someone wins one of the categories, you're going to get one of these medals. So that's kind of cool. Something a little bit different. And I think it kind of just makes it a little bit more exciting to have an actual physical award to go with it. So yeah, we're excited to see how this turns out.
Talk a little bit about your background. You've been in the industry for a long time. I think, have you been on BTL before? Like for a segment? Maybe
just for a second, like at ICAST or something.
A while, but a lot. Well, everybody who is watching this show has seen your work. Primarily you do a lot of the boat wrap designs for Elite Series and BPT guys, and my boat as well for the last 5 years. But did you go to school for that? Like, do you have like a degree in like all that stuff, or is that just something that you kind of have picked up along the way?
Yeah, I do have a degree in graphic design. Okay. So that's kind of my background is graphic design. That's kind of been my title over the years. So yeah, you've seen my work on boat wraps. You've also seen my work on a lot of packaging. Actually, is probably another one of the bigger public-facing things that I've designed. Like I've got packaging designs that are in Cabela's. Give
us a package, something that they could walk down the aisle and see it, or have seen in the past where they were like, "Oh, that's Jordan's work."
Yeah. Well, the most recent one would actually be One Standard. I helped out with the packaging for that company. So that packaging I helped with. I helped with some Shields packaging too. So if you see Shields nice. Outfitters, I actually had a hand in designing that stuff. So yeah, a lot of the big box stores actually I do have. That's one of the really fun things I like to do whenever people are in town is take them to Shields and say, "Hey, look, I helped out with this packaging." So it's kind of just cool.
What's your favorite boat wrap like currently out there? Because I'm going to pull it up here.
Oh my gosh, that's a good question. The problem is, I don't want to sway our best boat wrap category here that we're going to review in a minute. There is a
best boat wrap category, but that's what people voted. I just meant like you personally, not like that's on the Best on Tour awards, just something that people could be like, "Oh, that's yours."
Well, it would be kind of biased and messed up to promote my own boat wrap, wouldn't it? But I am going to say full credit to you for having the idea for the split wrap. I think that's really cool. I have not seen that before. I was really excited to work on that whenever you presented that idea to me a couple years ago. Hey, we're going to do half wrap on one side, half on the other side. That was really fun to work on. And it was actually really fun to go to the wrap shop over here in Sand Springs and watch them install that. That was a really cool process. I talked to the guys there at the shop, and they were like, "Yeah, we've never done a half and half wrap before, so this is kind of fun." So
I think it turns out great. It's like, it's awesome in the opens because then it's not like, "Oh, I've seen that boat fit." Well, not that anybody would want to be trying to fish next to me in the opens this past year based on the results. So granted, we only fished for 5 days, but I had like that vision with the BTO on the front that faded into it, and then you had some elements like with the color splashes on either side, and then how it's really cool. I'll have that wrapped through the beginning of the 2026 season, and then who knows where it'll end up in next year's deal.
We'll see.
All right, let's get into these BOT awards. We're gonna run through them in about 15 minutes. Let everybody know kind of what they are, what the categories are. Look at some of the stuff. You guys can go on and vote for it then, and then we'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back with 2 anglers from the Toyota Series Championship that starts tomorrow. They've been on the water practicing. It's on Grand Lake. A lot of money on the line here. Todd Castledine will join us along with Blake Schroeder. And I think they're staying at the place where we stayed at the Open a couple years ago. And there is a house horse at the place they're staying at. There's literally a horse that will walk into the house they are staying at. Like it's like a 30, like a retired 30-year-old horse, and it's looking for apples and treats and stuff. So like we would be working on tackle, and then you'd feel like, and the horse would have walked into the barn and was like messing with you. It was pretty cool. By the time we got used to it, I've never had it would walk into the living room. It was like kind of like a barn dominium deal where you've got like 3 or 4 barn stalls, and then it's attached to like the living quarters. And the horse knew how to like bump the door to get inside the house.
That is hilarious, man. I've never heard of something like that.
Yeah. All right, let's dive into this. I'm going to pull this up, and actually, I think this is the first time I've given full control of a screen. Oh no, Frank does it occasionally too, but there's the Best on Tour awards right there, bestontour.net. You can see the Best on Tour awards at the top, and we're going to run through those comments or those categories. And remember, if you vote on this, you are entered for a $200 prize pack from Best on Tour that will be announced in December following the conclusion of the Best on Tour awards. And then we will have the winners of the Best on Tour awards. I would assume, will they be on the Best on Tour podcast that you and Dave are doing, and then also on BTL?
Yes. Yeah, that's the plan. So
there you go. All right, start it out on how you came up with the idea and how you came up with the topics or with the categories.
That's a great question. The idea we floated around for several years, actually. And then, like you mentioned earlier, I just kind of decided, let's just do it, right? Like, it's one thing to kind of float an idea around. It's another thing to actually try to pull it off. So we're going to try to pull it off. So how we came up with the categories, again, Dave and I just had a meeting, right? We spent an hour or two, and we just brainstormed. And then we narrowed it down. Believe it or not, this is narrowed down. I realize it's quite a few categories. But we narrowed it down to these, and then we split them up into larger sections. So the 4 sections are Angler on the Water Awards, Angler off the Water Awards, Media and Content Awards, and Community and Fun Awards, which are my favorite. There's some really hilarious awards in there. So we have a good mix between, right, the classics, like you've mentioned, that other organizations do Angler Awards for. Let's say examples would be like Catch of the Year, right? Like that. That's not the first time that award's ever been done. But let me argue, we do have the first most likely to be mistaken for a country singer award. So we had a lot of fun ones and a lot of serious ones. So let's start to go through those. If we got 15 minutes, we better get rolling because there's so many. So I'll just start off right here. So Matt, the top 3 nominees for best tournament performance are Kyle Welcher for the Pasquotank River performance, Brandon Polinook at Lake Okeechobee, and Jake Lawrence at Nick Jack Lake. Matt, what I'm going to do on here is I'm going to just read these off and then kind of let you give a breakdown / reaction to what your thoughts are on these nominees.
Okay.
So
and like I said, all those nominees for those are those are voted on by the Best on Tour listeners.
Correct.
So
yes, those were nominated.
Did it? That was, the original form, which I know a lot of people who are listening to this voted on as well. You got to basically type in. It was like a write-in ballot for it. So these were the top 3. Pasquotank, Kyle Welcher literally could have stayed at home on the 3rd day. It was the biggest winning margin of weight. It was the first time they'd been there. He did it close to. It was the most dominating win bar none in Elite Series history. A lot of people hearken it to shades back of Timmy Horton when he was at the boat dock eating pizza. He didn't even have to launch his boat. He would have finished in the top 10 with 2 days compared to everybody's 4 days of competition. Brandon Polinick, Lake Okeechobee, coming off a year where he didn't make the Bassmaster Classic on a stingy lake. I wasn't planning on doing this, so this is off the top of my head. So if this is wrong, bear with me. Coming off a Bassmaster Classic that he had missed. Okeechobee ended up in a weird scenario where they were in a back canal water area with 3 or 4 other guys, and they figured out that almost all the big fish in that whole section were in there, and he won that in dominating fashion. And then Jake Lawrence, one of the few guys who has ever gone head-to-head with Jacob Wheeler in the past 5 years. That was a split tournament between 2 lakes. They ended on Lake Nickajack, and I think he's going to be later on in this too, but with 20 seconds left, both him and Wheeler virtually tied, hooked up. Jake Lawrence got the fish over the gunnel with 10 seconds left. Wheeler broke his off when he tried to boat flip it as time expired, and he beat Wheeler by less than a pound for his first BPT win. So those are the 3 best tournament performances.
Yeah, really great choices there. Next category we have is Breakout Angler of the Year.
Oh, you're really going to test me here, but I'll give her a shot.
Well, that's the thing, right? Some of these were somewhat open-ended topics too, right? So what do you consider a breakout angler?
Yes.
So the 3 that we came up with based on the nominations were Tucker Smith, Pat Schlopper, and Banks Shaw.
Yeah, Tucker Smith obviously jumped onto the scene with what he did in high school, fishing 3 high school national championships back to back, went to Auburn, won a national championship there. Probably most notable for the U.S. Open, Johnny Morris's U.S. Open win, where he won $1 million, or actually $500,000 there on Table Rock Lake, and then made the Elite Series through the Opens, Rookie of the Year, dominating victory in his first season, over 120 pounds on Lake Fork, using a variety of different tactics, a jig, a spoon, a big minnow to win an Elite Series. He ran away with the Rookie of the Year. He made the Classic, and he won an Elite Series all in his first year, kind of the chosen one for the last 5 years, reminiscent of Jordan Lee. Pat Schlopper, blue collar angler, Wisconsin guy. Really, honestly, I think he's also in this next category here too, but one of those guys that you need in the sport, who cashes checks, who shows up, who takes care of his business. But this year he came out, he won 2 Bassmaster Elite Series events, Sabine River, obviously the most noted one with the buzzbait and all that stuff. And then Banks Shaw kind of came out of nowhere with the most dominant performance. Yes, more dominant than Brian Thrift, more dominant than David Dudley season, more dominant than an Andy Morgan season on the MLF Pro Circuit, which was the MLF Invitationals at the time. I think he top 10'd everything and won that entire season in going away fashion, including a victory there. So those are your 3 breakout anglers of the year.
Great choices. Next, for comeback of the year, the 3 nominees we have are Pat Schlopper, Bill Lowen, and Russ Lane.
We already talked about Pat Schlopper with the comeback angler of the year. He got those wins. He did over roughly $250,000 in earnings for that. Bill Lowen, incredibly good season on the Bassmaster Elite Series, and then Russ Lane toiling in the Bassmaster Opens and the Bassmaster EQs. There's still one Bassmaster EQ open. This voting will be open afterwards to know if he was able to close it, but currently qualified for the EQs through the Opens this year. Had a really strong season and is in the top 10. He's by far the oldest guy that's in the top 10, but I mean, the guy's been to multiple classics, fished on every single tour that you actually can. So kind of a cool comeback story of him getting and looking to get back into the Elite Series in 2026.
Next, we have Catch of the Year, and I actually have some videos to go with these. So we can look at these really quick if we have time. What do you think?
Yeah, click on it, see how it works there. So this is Polinick. I'm assuming this is going to be the giant that he caught in Florida.
One of many, yes.
All right, here we go.
Gosh! Oh my gosh! This thing is huge. Oh my gosh!
Wow. All right, so there's one. Yeah.
And the next,
that's on a plug too for those that are listening on MP3. That was just a cast and crank catch.
next we have Pat Schlopper on the Sabine River.
Good one. Oh, that's a solid one, dude.
What I like to point out on this one is, man, that is just a picture perfect cast, right? Like when you pull a buzzbait between those two sticks, you're like, there's got to be one there, and there actually was. That was great.
Yeah, that was a hell of a cast.
And so next we have Jake Lawrence, who we mentioned earlier, but here's the footage of that buzzer beater you were talking about.
A little choppy, but it's badass.
It would have to be 2 pounds. Lawrence is hooked up. Has to have it over the gunnel of the boat before time expires. It also must be 2 pounds. Lawrence gets it in. He'll get it on. Jake Lawrence.
Are you kidding me?
At the wire.
It really just happened.
To have this one over the gunnel of the boat. Time has expired.
And then time runs out as Jacob Wheeler's reeling one in. How insane is that?
Yeah.
So that's our catch of the year. Those are our 3 nominees. Great catches. Next, we again have some quick videos here. Best celebration. We've got Gerald Swindle, Easton Fothergill, and Pat Schlopper.
What's the matter, G? You got it. You got it, baby. You got it. You got him, baby. Through the metal. There you go, bro. 6'4", broke down, still athletic. Can move in the bedroom and the dance floor, ladies. I got what your 25-year-old thinks she can handle, but your grandma can't stand.
Oh, man.
Thoughts with Swindle? I know he just went through some knee replacement surgery, so I saw him hobbling down the hallway of a hospital with a gown on.
Yes, thoughts with him, definitely. That's quite a celebration.
All right, here's Easton Fothergill.
Next, we got Easton. This is at the Classic.
Come on, please. Yes! Yes! Let's go. Yes! Let's go! Let's go! Oh my god. Dude, that
is as animated as you will ever see Easton Fothergill for the next 40 years that he
right
does.
I love how he just simply laid down on the deck at the end there. That's
very
awesome.
Rick Cluness when Rick caught the 10-pounder on the spinnerbait in the 2005 Classic in Florida.
Right. Lastly, we've got Pat Schlopper.
Here he comes.
Here he goes, ladies and gentlemen. Schlopper doubles down in 2025 and becomes a 2-time Bassmaster Elite Series champion. The Pro Guide Bassmaster Elite Series title on the Mississippi River belongs to Pat Schlopper.
Takes it out into the crowd, a little Iconelli style when he won on the river there in Philly.
Yeah, that was awesome. So those are our best celebration nominees. No, we won't have videos for all these. Don't worry, these won't all take this long.
No, that's all good.
Next, we've got one of the fun categories, most stylish angler. These are based on nominees from our fans. We've got Matt Robertson, Brent Ayler, and MDJ, Mark Daniels Jr. So some great nominees for that one.
Speak for themselves. Couple West Coast guys in there.
Yeah, absolutely. So those are some great ones. Good luck to those guys on who's going to win this one. The medal is on the line, fellas. So make sure you get people voting for you. Best truck on tour is next. I just have some photos for these. We've got Brandon Polinook, Mike Iconelli, and Skeet Reese. So let me show you. Here is Ike's truck for this year.
That's Brandon's.
Sorry, that's Brandon's. My bad. Those
rims really do a nice job of setting it off.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yep.
And then next we have Ike.
Okay.
He's got the kayak on the roof.
Yep. Yeah, that's probably not good when it comes to parking at airports. I got my truck
Lastly-
stuck a month after I got it. I literally drove into one and I hit the bar, but then I went past the bar and then I was wedged in there. Oh, and you know me, I'm not very good with stress and pressure. It was an absolute nightmare. I mean, an absolute nightmare. I will park 7 miles away and hike to the airport now.
That is a worst case scenario.
Oh, worst case.
Lastly, we've got Skeet Reese. I've got a video for this one. Couldn't find a good photo, but.
All right. Well, I think that's a wrap. The 2025 rig is loaded and ready.
Good Lord.
There is Skeet's truck.
Yeah.
Good Lord is right. I don't know what
Eddie
else to say.
retired this year, so maybe you can cap off the career with the Best on Tour award.
Right. Maybe so. Hey, that'd be a career defining moment.
Absolutely.
So those are the best trucks on tour according to our fans. Vote now. Next, we have the best boat wrap. So first, I'll pull up Lee Livesey.
All right. An aluminum sliding in the best boat wrap.
Yep. And what's honestly
Little camo.
Yeah, the camo accents, and they're also on the seats, and you can't see in this photo, but his rod boxes also have that camo on it. So
Okay. I like it. Very well put together.
next, we have Zach Burge.
Yeah, that's sharp. Zach Burge has had his rap game strong since he was 16 years old fishing BFLs in Oklahoma. I remember he would literally be 15, 16 years old, and he'd show up and we'd be like, who's this guy who A, has a boat wrap, and B, matches his shoes to the boat wrap to a T. It was like he would have custom-made Air Force Ones that matched the boat wrap.
That's a great look.
Yeah, and he goes through about 19 sets of tires on his truck every single year and about 4 different trucks every single year.
Yep. Next,
Very crisp. That's a
Very
great,
crisp.
great selection. All right. And finally,
we've got Jason Christie. Check this one out.
yeah, a very Jason Christie-esque right there.
That's a great looking wrap.
Are those like squiggles, or is there anything in particular in there?
It's
Like little
hard to say.
lightning?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what those are made of, but it sure looks good.
Very nice.
So that is our best boat wrap category. Tough one
Yeah,
there.
That looks like some familiar work to me.
Next, we have most likely to be mistaken for a country
You
singer.
think you're awkward because you have one of your raps in there. I'm in 2 of these damn categories that are coming up, so that's going to be awkward as well.
It's
So
coming up.
keep
Yeah,
going.
you might get some accusations there, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
I see Blake and Todd waiting in the wings down there. Yeah, it looks like they're at the horse barn. Give me a thumbs up if the horse has been in the barn today, fellas. Oh, no horse in the barn. All right, we'll get to them here in about 5 minutes. They're enjoying watching this.
All right, we'll burn through some of these.
Screw
So
it.
one of
We'll bring them in for this too. What's up, fellas?
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
You guys enjoying the BOT awards show right now?
Yeah, this is actually pretty good.
All right, keep going. Keep going, Jordan.
All right, let's hear. If Blake and Todd, if you had to vote right now, who would you pick most likely to be mistaken for a country singer?
Joey Fuentes.
Yeah, I have to agree.
We've been voting
Yeah.
on all. We've been voting when we got in. So
Okay.
Awesome.
Matt Robertson, Joey Cifuentes, or Robert G.
There you go.
Those
Next,
are
we
the-
have another great fan favorite topic: best facial hair in bass fishing. We have Seth Fighter, Gerald Swindle, and Shaw Grigsby. That's gonna be a tough choice.
I voted on these and I was disappointed that mine didn't make this list. But like I said, tough competition because the Best on
Tough
Tour
competition.
newsletter goes out to over. I mean, it goes out to. I don't even want to say a number.
it's
I know it's
about-
over
it's about
30,000. Yeah, over 40,000 people. So Seth Fighter, Gerald Swindle, Shaw Grigsby. I could tell,
in hair. It said fighter.
but this is facial hair.
I know.
I can tell
know.
Todd wants to just jump in on every single one of these. I can see.
Yeah.
Hey, we're happy to hear. Any
Hey,
input,
anything
so-
else above here that you wanted to throw in, Todd, before we keep going? Tournament
keep going.
performance
No,
break.
keep going.
Okay.
Keep going. All right, we've got next best bass fishing magazine. So these are we're going to move on to the media and content awards now. So these are going to be a lot of different media outlets. So first we've got best bass fishing magazine. The nominees are Bassmaster, Bass Angler Magazine, and Western Outdoor News. So a lot of good articles in there.
Kind of speaks for itself there. There's a lot of the magazines that are no longer going to print. I think MLF went to all digital.
Yep, I think you're right. So we've got a few to pick from here. Lots of great ones. Next, best bass fishing writer. We've got Jody White, Craig Lamb, and David Brown. Lots of
all great selections.
bass
Jody
fishing
White
writers.
currently covering the tournament that you guys are at right now. Todd and Blake, Craig Lamb recently, actually just in September, inducted into the Bass Fishing Hall of Fame, over 30 years with BASS, and David Brown, longtime writer. There's a number of guys that could go in this group, but this is a good group of guys right here.
Next, we have a totally not rigged nomination for best bass fishing podcast. And seriously, these are all based on nominations from our subscribers. And the top 3 we had are Bass Talk Live, Mercer, and Bass After Dark. There's a lot of good podcasts out there, and these are the top 3 according to our fan nominations. So
I'm just saying, I would love to have a Best on Tour awards next to my double gold medal for Team USA. Like I said,
hard to say which one would be more sought after.
Yeah,
this could be yours. We'll see. Next, we have best bass fishing YouTuber: Ben Milliken, Scott Martin, and Brandon Polnick.
Todd, any thoughts on these?
I don't watch YouTube.
You're a bass fishing YouTuber, Todd. I was surprised that you were not on this list as well. I'm sure you had to have been close to the top.
With those,
he actually was. I'm not like trying to BS you. You did have some nominations. So.
Jordan didn't know you guys were going to be on, so. Milliken, Scott, Martin, Polnick. One of the things on all 3, Ben's is a kind of a little rough, but the production quality on Scott and Brandon's and even Ben's is impressive.
I was gonna say, like, if you do your own editing on YouTube, that should be on there.
That's fair. Yeah, there should be a you do your own editing category and a professional edited category.
Right. I don't know about Milliken. I don't know if he does. I think does he still do his own?
I don't know. I know Polnick does a lot of his own. Like, so a little known fact at the Bass Fishing Hall of Fame induction ceremony, the morning of the induction ceremony, Polnick is on the board, and he was given the task of making a 8-minute highlight video to be shown on the big screen at the banquet that night. And he sat there with the computer and his earbuds in and manufactured this thing that it looks like they charged $20,000 to have someone professionally done. And he did it in like 4 hours. He used an AI voice. He wrote the whole thing. He took all these different things. He spliced it together. He would be like, hey, what do you guys think of this? It was absolutely incredible what he was able to do. And then they showed it that night. And like I said, it looked completely professionally done. So
that's impressive. Video editing is not easy. So,
yep.
All right. Next, we've got best bass fishing TikTok between Ben Milliken, Gerald Swindle, and Hillary Martin.
I'm not on TikTok, so I got no say in this. Are you a TikToker, Todd or Blake?
No.
I am.
Oh, Todd is a TikToker? I've never been on TikTok.
I watch TikTok.
I feel like you already knew the answer to those questions.
Yeah. Next, I'm going to actually skip this one because we need to update that. Next, we have best charity or conservation effort. There's some really good ones in here. We have AFTCO, which if you guys are going to vote, click on these links so you can read more about these. But AFTCO has the Bass Bus, bank bags, 10% pledge, and more. St. Jude, as we all know, does the Dick Hiley Bass Classic tournament. And then Fear My Heart, which is Carl Jochumson's organization. They did a bunch of lake cleanups. So really good charity and conservation efforts going on in bass fishing right now.
All 3 of these, there's not a bad one of the bunch there.
Next, we've got best bass fishing pundit. And, for my own sake and for the viewer's sake, let's get a dictionary definition of a pundit.
Okay.
A pundit is an expert in a particular subject or field who is frequently called on to give opinions about it to the public. So, best bass fishing pundit, our top 3 nominees were Matt Pangrak, Mark Zona, and Jay Kumar.
Can I ask a question?
Please.
Who actually went around and figured out the word pundit to put in there? Because I feel like by definition, this is a pretty easy one, but it felt like there could have been a lot of things in place of pundit. And then it's like, I feel like Matt went around like,
or maybe
I had no
What
idea
word?
about these entire things. This is 100% Jordan and Best on Tour. Like
Okay,
this,
yeah. I was like-
I am fulfilling my Best on Tour obligation by having him on the show. This is not a call to get the medals, but I'll take it. I'm honored to be on that list, and there are 50 other guys that could also be on that list.
yes, there was a lot of good nominees for this one. These were the top 3. Maybe a lot of it is because a lot of Bass Talk Live listeners are subscribed to Best on Tour, so they maybe swayed the nominations a little bit. But yeah, best bass fishing pundits. There's so many good ones. These were the top 3 based on our nomination process. So next, I'll move on to the best brick and mortar tackle shop. This is a really fun one.
Great topic or great category here, Jordan.
Once again, we had so many nominations coming on this from all over the country, and the top 3 suggestions we got were Gunnersville Tackle and Outdoors, Real Deal Tackle, and Dugout Bait and Tackle. So if y'all aren't familiar with these places, I put the Google links so you can check out the shops if you've never actually been to them. But some really great tackle shops around.
And if you don't see yours and you think one should be on it, this is going to be an annual thing. From what I believe, the Best on Tour Awards, this is something you need to get on next year once the nominations open. This is the first year for it to get your tackle shop. There's a lot of great tackle shops around the country too. So like I said, everything takes a little bit of momentum to build, but I think you've killed it so far with this stuff, Jordan.
Hey, thanks. We'll keep moving. We're almost done here. Last one. We have Fan Favorite Pro. So again, this is one that was completely open-ended nomination, right? There doesn't have to be any qualification, just whoever's your favorite. And there was open nominations, and the top 3 we got were Gerald Swindle, Brandon Polnick, and Jacob Wheeler. So we'll see how the votes come in for that. But that is it, man, for the Best on Tour Awards. You guys go to bestontour.net/awards. Check out the categories. Vote for as many or as few as you feel like voting for. And whoever votes will be entered to win a prize package. And I'm very curious to see. Maybe we'll have to do an update maybe in a couple weeks to see how the award is shaking out. I don't know. We'll see.
That sounds good. Any comments before we let Jordan go? Blake, Todd?
no, those are good. We missed the first 5. Like I really wish we'd have seen the first 5.
Here, we'll go back to him.
Well,
I'd like to get I want to get there. I want to get
Well,
you guys' take.
I was
What
laughing.
time's your meeting today? It's 9 a.m, and you guys are in the.
I was laughing, Matt, because that last question, I was like, Matt, why don't you answer that one? Your favorite angler?
Oh, that was not. I mean,
Look,
there's a ton of different ones.
I know, I'm
You
messing
could
with
go
you.
with that.
Because you put that out there, and it's like you get a phone call later from someone. Hey, thanks a lot.
But like I said, I had nothing to do with any of these lists. These are the Best on Tour.
No,
votes.
I know, but I was asking your opinion, Matt. Like, it's
Oh,
not easy
it doesn't surprise me at all. That list. I mean, that list is the guys who are the most connected with their audience, who are in the winner's circle a lot, who have a lot of, social media, YouTube connection, all that stuff.
You still didn't answer it.
All right. Did we get anything wrong? Like I love the catch of the year stuff, like that type of stuff, and the comeback of the year and stuff. But like the catch of the year ones, I thought those were awesome.
Did you guys see those, Blake and Todd?
I think I've seen all of those.
Buzzer. Yes, I've seen all those.
Any
Any
opinion?
thoughts?
Any thoughts that you guys think between those 3 deserve a vote or two? The Brandon Polnick on Okeechobee, Pat Schlopper on the Sabine, or Jake Lawrence on Nickajack with the buzzbait bass in the last 8 seconds to beat Wheeler.
That was pretty cool. Which giant are you talking about with Brandon?
Yeah.
There were several.
There was many. That's a fair point. It was one of these crankbait fish right here.
That one locked it up. That's a big. Please.
I think I'm gonna go with Brandon.
Oh my gosh.
We're just talking about video editing. This is another great example of Brandon's YouTube channel.
Todd, you've caught a lot of big fish on long casts over the years. Is that the most gut wrenching when you have one between 8 and 10 that wallows from 50 yards in? It doesn't like just go down and let you. It comes up and it stays up and it's doing that rolling, wallowing catfish thing, and it's like your tournament, but you got half a football field.
Usually, like I would say the first 5 seconds is the worst. And then after that, you start telling, or I start telling myself, hey, chill out. Like if it hits close to the boat, I'm in freak out mode the whole time. But if they hit further out there, usually after like 5 seconds, I'm like, okay, wait. We got through the first 5 seconds. Now just kind of chill out a little bit. So usually it gets a little bit easier. But dude, the whole time you're like I don't know, man. It's not fun.
Yeah, God, that's like a cannonball right there. And you've got it on a crankbait too. Because that was a crankbait fish. I mean, that's not like it's like, a jig fish where he sticks it and it comes up and he sees it. Like that was a crankbait.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
All right. Once again, link to vote on all these through the 24th in the YouTube description of the show. You can also go to bestontour.net. You can click on the Best on Tour Awards. This is the first annual. We'll kind of keep track of this and remind everybody to do it. $200 if you're one of the randomly selected for voting for those categories. So you're the man, Jordan. Thank you very much. And we'll get you back on in a couple weeks.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Talk to y'all later.
All right. Hey, congratulations. How's being a dad?
Hey, man. So far, so good. It was early for me this morning. Normally 8:30 is not early, but lately in the last 4 weeks, 8:30 is like, oh my gosh, how am I going to make that? But we made it happen. And
Nice.
hey, congrats to you too on the wedding. That's exciting
Thank
stuff.
you.
For both of us.
Thank you. Yeah, we got through it. Now we're back in the swing of things. She's flying and I'm doing the show again and headed fishing. So
Amazing. Well, I appreciate it.
the only thing that I found so far is when I'm tying my braid to fluoro knots, I've got one of these silicone rings right here. And like when I go like this, for some reason, like this finger sticks on the silicone ring and I can't like make my turn on it. So I have to like take it off to do my wraps.
100%.
What are you laughing at, Tom? That's a serious problem.
That is a serious problem.
Do you have a rubber one or like a tungsten one?
It's fine. Like I don't have a problem with it.
You haven't had a problem with your middle finger sticking to the ring finger, like when you're trying to do like elaborate knots? Yeah.
No, because I do it with my right. It's right-handed.
You're gonna have to relearn all of your knot tying now, Matt. You're in trouble.
I know. All right. Thanks, Jordan.
See ya.
All right. That was cool. I'm glad you guys are on that. What are your I mean, that's cool. That's like one of the most comprehensive lists that I've ever seen. So
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
yeah. And that's, like I said, this is the first year to doing it. One of the cool things is Jordan's been in the industry. He's done a lot, and that'll get tweaked and get better for every year to come. But screw the break. Let's just jump into it. You guys are at the horse barn, right? Or is it a different one?
Dude, this is like, I don't know.
Is this where we stayed before? Oh, no, this isn't where we stayed before.
This is awesome.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah. Like we're driving in.
I thought you guys remember where we stayed, where the horse would come into the house?
I thought that was on Eufaula.
That was on Eufaula.
Oh, that's a totally different lake.
No, that wasn't Eufaula. It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Okay. Yeah.
Was it Eufaula or was it? Oh, yeah, it was Eufaula. You're right. Do you guys remember that, though? Like where we'd be working on tackle and we'd all have it, and all of a sudden there'd just be a horse hanging out?
In the house. They
in the house.
Remember we had to close the door and come in the house.
Yeah. Is that a VRBO you're at, or is that a hookup?
This is our buddy Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
And so me and Russell stayed here for the tour a couple years ago, and then he built this thing, and he's like, "Hey, I got a place for y'all." And I'm like, he's like, "You're just gonna drive your truck and boat right into it."
Show me the floor on that again. That's like a polished, finished floor and everything.
Oh yeah,
It's the real deal.
And then there's just like a little kind of like barn dominium apartment that's attached.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's
there's
the kitchen and everything there.
There's a 2-bedroom
With a living room.
Yeah, like the living room. Like,
does he rent that out, or is that just for buddies and pals?
I heard him say something that he rented it out. So I'm not really. I don't want to speak for him.
But I think when he rents it out, he locks this up. I don't think you get.
Yeah, you don't get.
Oh yeah, that's a Todd and Blake special.
Yeah.
So I'm disappointed. Todd, you did have a tournament last week for the wedding. Blake, I was hoping that you'd have some sort of button down. I feel like you used a lot of conditioner on the chest hair to prepare yourself to attend the wedding like that. Like it was, outside of the actual nuptials, your chest hair was probably the talk of the wedding.
Yeah, I just love that. That's his one standout from his wedding right now.
Yeah, he told me all about it the other day.
It was really impressive. Like, did you style it, or is that just naturally how luscious and curly
It's
it
just
is?
natural, man. Zero effort.
Okay. Speaking of effort, the Toyota Series kicks off tomorrow. They had an off day. You guys have been on grain for the last 3 days. Obviously, not going to give up anything or 4 days that could impact the tournament or anything like that. But a lot of people are listening and watching and fish grand this time of year and looking at the conditions and the results of the local tournaments. I mean, are we in for a Toyota Series championship grinder the next couple of days here, fellas?
Well,
or
Matt,
is it
I
going to
would
be a
say that
slugfest?
Unlike the chest hair, it's going to take a lot of effort.
Okay.
A lot of effort.
What are we looking at? What are we looking at water conditions? Has it flipped? Is it flipping? What are we talking temperature?
No, I think it's fine. I think it's it's low. Obviously, the water's probably a little warmer than it should be, and then I just don't think they're doing what everyone expected them to be doing. That's the only thing. Like, I think everyone couldn't wait to get down here and like power fish.
Yeah, I've been here in early October, and I was excited when I saw that Grand was in November, and it was not what I expected to be from the experience I've had in early October. So this hasn't quite gotten there. I don't think it's gotten cool enough. I think the water temp's actually rising, regardless of it being cold.
Yeah, I'm looking at the weather here. 74 today, 78 with 58 for the low tomorrow. But then you want to talk about a drastic change for the weekend. You're looking at a low of 41 on Friday, a low of 32 on Saturday, with a high of 72. You guys don't fish Sunday, do you?
No, Sunday looks bad. It was
Sunday is 45 for the high, 24 for the low.
Right.
Yeah, I think that 32 on Saturday is going to be Saturday night.
So we won't even deal with that. It was freezing one of the mornings we were here. It blew. So we worked out. So we're right by the lake. We're 30 seconds from our boat ramp. So I haven't hooked up. We haven't got gas all week, nothing, but it's beautiful out there right now. It's like dead calm, sunny. Mm-hmm. Yesterday it got with it a little bit.
Yeah. Was it brutal out there yesterday? I golfed yesterday, and I mean, I was like clubbing up 3 clubs and aiming into the wind and still coming up short.
It's grand. Like if you know, it's one of those deals where if you get protected, you're fine.
Yeah.
But dude, if you're not, man, it got annoying really quick.
I agree.
I'm looking at the roster of guys who are fishing this, and one of the cool things that has been since the age of time is the Toyota Series Championship or the Costa Series Championship or the Everstart Series, whatever you want to call it. It's got really good guys from every part of the country. You guys have both fished a bunch of these. Todd, you probably fished what, 10 of these, 15 of these?
Probably, yeah, close to that.
When it comes to diverse talent in every aspect of fishing, is there a stronger field than the Toyota Series Championship?
No. We were talking about this earlier. If you look at who's on this thing, especially now, and the reason I would say that is it seems like there's a lot more younger guys that are doing when I say that, it seems like a lot more younger guys are fishing back in the day, guys would like pick a circuit and that's all they would fish. Some of these younger guys are kind of fishing the tackle warehouse, doing the opens, doing Toyotas. And so they're kind of getting around in the sense of their names are being pretty popular. And so all those young guys that have done really good in the past year or two, just about every one of them's in this event.
Yep.
That being said, like I said, I'm looking at this. I see, Dylan Nutt in here, Marbit, Banks Shaw. Like right. You've got the best of the forward-facing guys, but then you also have the best of the guys who aren't afraid to say, screw it. They can have their minnows and their Nikos. This is a lake I can compete on without it. Are we going to see, in your opinion, and I'll talk with Blake, are we going to see, in your opinion, 10 scopers vying for this thing, 5 scopers? Is it going to be an old school deal where the guys who have big string and cover a lot of water catch it? Or how is it shaping up, in your opinion, diversity wise?
I think it's going to be a mix in the top 10. I think the top 25 go to the final day, but the top 10, I think, is going to be a very good variety. I definitely think that you can catch some better quality old school. Certainly think you can catch a lot of numbers out there doing the new stuff, scoping around with the minnows and the Nikos, for say. But definitely a combination. You agree?
Yeah. The one thing I'll say is scope always surprises me. Like I never rule it out anymore. And so if you looked at that, I'm sure you went and looked at that Anglers in Action.
Yep.
Okay. So did I. So when I looked at it, I was not shocked to see he was leading it right on day one.
Yep.
And I'm not sure. It didn't have the results of day two to see like what the day two weight was of everyone that caught it. I know 33 pounds won it, but 17 pounds was leading this thing.
Yep.
That is not Grand-esque, if you know. And so, and I'm pretty sure Pilcher and Warren, those guys, I'm not saying they don't scope, but I think they're old school guys. And so,
yeah, they're, for those that don't know, have been dominant for the past 15 years on
the fall.
Grand Lake. They kind of took over for what Head Carrier. It was like Head Carrier and then Pilcher and Warren. There's a number of different guys in there, but when you think team guys, Grand Lake, they're
for championships.
They're like the guys. Yeah,
they're pretty dominant. And
they
so
win like multiple boats a year.
But my only thing is that like every year we go to some of these things, and then like the scope, like some of those scopers are so good, and it's I can never read it, right? I can't ever read the room on like how those guys are going to do. And I mean, we're scoping a bunch, but when you put that many guys in there, we'll do both, right? I'm going to do both 100%. But some of those guys might not, like I don't know. I think some of them will just scope the entire time. And sometimes those guys can be a little scary. But it's going to blow on day one. I don't know, it's going to blow.
I'll say this. I think Grand Lake's going to fish a lot bigger with scope. If there was no scope in this tournament, it'd fish extremely small.
That day one, it's going to blow, though. It's going to fish small on day one.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to blow as hard as it did yesterday.
It's not? Okay. No. It's still going to blow, though.
Yeah, we gusted like 35 yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was gassing. Yeah. Wind on Thursday, 10 to 15.
Yeah, it's not going to be as bad.
No, okay.
Friday, basically non-existent.
Right.
Saturday, 9 miles an hour.
Friday will be a good representation of the scoping deal. But I mean, we've done. I don't know. I mean, we have our opinions on it. So,
let me ask you this: does 15 pounds a day for 3 consecutive days give you a shot to win this tournament?
16
a day. So
15
40,
might not win it. I would take 15 right now and go to the house.
So 48 to 52 pounds to win for 3 days. Like it's going to be one of those things where you're going to get a bite and you're going to know instantly that you need to land that fish to have a shot to win the tournament. It's not going to be a coal fest.
My only thing, like I said, it comes down to the scope thing. Is that I do look at like Pilcher and Warren and stuff that sometimes when they won championships down here, they'd have like 26 pounds on day one. In second place would be like 17 or 18. So those guys are usually, that's the litmus test of like watching those guys be able to find big ones. I don't think anyone's finding big ones fishing traditionally. I think scoping is really hard to find really big ones. But that's what I'm saying. These guys are so good. Maybe some of them looked at it. There might be 1 or 2 guys out there that just come to Grand and look at it totally different than all of us. And that's all part that like, he walks in going, I'm catching 4-pounders every day. Like this, like, and he might be fishing some place that like no one.
For those that haven't been to Grand though, and you scope, explain to the average guy, and you're a Rayburn guy, you're both Rayburn guys. What, you've won 3 BFLs at Rayburn, Blake, and you've won over $1 million at Rayburn, Todd.
You won 3?
Yeah.
You're rooted with him. He's like your best friend. How do you not know his stats?
Well, because
you're not one of the top 3 pundits, maybe, Todd.
We both won 3 BFLs, I guess, but he always makes a comment about one of them. I think I came in second to him. So like,
that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Plus, Blake is pretty humble. He doesn't sit there and say, oh, you know, like literally, like I've had to tell, you know, when he roomed with Matt Steffenib, I'll be like, he's not going to say anything, but he's really freaking good. And then a couple tournaments in, they were like, that Blake's really freaking good, isn't he? And I was like, yeah, I told you he was really good. But for those that and you guys are used to it, I say that because Rayburn I consider a dirty scoping lake. Like there's a lot of stuff to look at. Like you can drop your trolling motor anywhere in that lake and you're going to see something swimming. Grand is one of the dirtiest scoping lakes that I've ever seen. Like it's like there's something every 5 feet on Grand and you're like, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? Like, is that been a thing for you guys too? Like, is there a lot of stuff in the water this time of year?
Yeah, but it's a lot easier than I thought.
Okay.
I think a lot of the trash is grouped up.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a bunch, like the big stuff is easy to see. There's a bunch of small stuff, and I mean, the bass are kind of. This place has got a lot of bass in it, man.
Yeah,
they're really schooled up a lot of times. So like you can see schools of like 50. Now I'm not saying none of them might be over 2 pounds, but I'm saying like I was really shocked at. I was saying something we were talking about when we come here. If you just go fishing, you don't catch that many small ones. Like you usually catch really good ones. Man, if you go scoping, you can go out there and catch 50, 60 a day. And man, it's still trying hard to catch a keeper. Like there's a lot of fish in this lake.
That's good for the future, Grand. Though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
It might have always been like that though, Matt. That's what I'm saying. I don't know because
yeah, it's a great point.
If you never had scope, I wouldn't know these schools existed roaming around out there. And you don't catch them the traditional way. So maybe it's always been like that, but now I understand why there's so many bass in Grand.
Let me ask you guys this. Can this tournament be won with a couple spotted bass in your creel?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Like the day one, we both were talking about how the fact when we were like, I was like, hey man, I caught like a 2.5 pounder. He's like, yeah. So, I mean, you can definitely, they're big, thick ones.
Matt, what's a big spotted bass out here?
I mean, it's just like Oklahoma. It's like anywhere else. I mean, we're not talking Coosa River spots here. I don't know. I mean, 3-pounder. I think a 3-pounder anywhere in Oklahoma, regardless of where you're at, whether you're at Texoma or Eufaula or Grand or 10 killer or anything. Like in my mind, Oklahoma as a whole, if you catch a 3-pound spotted bass, you're doing something.
Dude, if you weigh in at 2.5, if your smallest fish every day is a 2.5 to 2 3/4, chances are you got over, spotted bass.
You fished everywhere in Oklahoma. When you say a 3-pound spot is there's no one that's going to not be disappointed with the 3-pound spot anywhere in Oklahoma.
Yeah. Like I said, if you weigh in, if your smallest fish is a 2.5, 2 3/4 pound spot, chances are you got well over 15 because you probably got some 3.5s and 4s and stuff. So, I mean, yeah, trust me, I have been marking any spot that I have caught a big spot on.
You guys want to know a fun fact? At a college event in 2007, me and Chip Porcher weighed in a 5 bass limit of spotted bass on Sam Rayburn. And we believe that we hold the smallest 5 fish limit ever weighed in on Rayburn for 4 pounds, 15 ounces on 5 spotted bass.
Nice.
In a spring tournament when it took over 25 to win. We Carolina rigged those suckers up on a Zoom speed crawl.
You probably culled 50 times to get to that weight.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we hosed them. We thought, and the beautiful thing is we caught an 8-pounder in practice and didn't realize that it's because that sucker was eating the spotted bass that we ended up weighing in. And we were like, oh, surely one of these will be a big one. We ended up with 5 12.25-inch skinny spots.
Dude, y'all deserve a medal for that.
415. The tournament director was legitimately impressed. He said, I've been doing this 30 years and I have never seen a 5 fish limit that small on this lake. He goes, and I have not ever really seen anyone weigh in 5 spots either.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, I weighed in like 8 or 9 pounds on Toledo Bend, all on a mag draft.
I weighed in the smallest limit on Toledo Bend in the last Open. I had an 8-pound, 1-ounce limit, 14-inch limit in the Bassmaster Open on Toledo Bend. 8 pounds, 1 ounce. Every single one was a line burner 14 and an 1/8 incher.
Oh no, wacky worm.
No, I caught them all off a one, or there's like a cluster of stumps. I caught them all with my poles down off one cluster of stumps on a freaking spinnerbait.
Nice.
I literally zeroed for 4 hours and then went whack, 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 8-1, called it good, and took my 180th place like a real man. All right. I like the format. I like the off day. Blake, you've been doing the off day and the opens with me. I think we're going to do it again next year. I don't know if you've announced that. I'm fishing the division of the opens. That's Rayburn, Grand, Mississippi River, and Kentucky Lake.
Yep.
You're a big proponent of the off day, aren't you, Todd?
Do what?
You're a big proponent of the off day. Where
I don't mind it.
You get a day off and then you go out, get after
it. I don't mind it. Well, yeah, I don't want to get into it, but yeah, I like it. I think all tournaments should be. I don't even think they should be on weekends. I think they should be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I like the off day because if say you saw something like it was going to blow 40 on Saturday, that way you could say, hey, be prepared. If we see the forecast going to be horrible, we're going to go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you don't. Because think about that. Wouldn't y'all have loved that this year?
We talked about that.
How many tournaments did y'all get canceled for? It was the most canceled.
I like putting my fishing future and $5,000 on a 1-day roll of the dice.
3 of the 4 had a canceled day.
Yeah,
so we talked about that extensively.
And the off day was always gorgeous. Every single time.
Right. So I always said, man, have an off day, and then if you see the forecast coming, that way you could you could use that off day and be like, guys, prepare for the off day to be a tournament day if the weather looks bad. I don't know why they don't do that. It makes perfect sense.
Logistics, I think. You have all the volunteers that are set up to run that. You got the police that are doing the deal. You got the volunteers that are running the fish and the weigh-in stage, and the Chamber of Commerce that wants to have their booth set up for the fans that are coming.
That doesn't affect me.
You just ask why. I'm not saying whether they shouldn't do it or not. I'm just saying why they do.
I know it's a lot, but still it sounds good, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Have you ever won this one, Todd?
What?
The Toyota Series Championship?
No.
That's got to be a bucket list for you.
Well, yeah, anything's I led it at Gunnersville was the closest I came, I guess. First and second. I was first on day 1, second on day 2, and then bombed on day 3. So I guess I don't know if that's close, but
is that the only trail that you've fished? I mean, outside of like the FLW tour, that you have fished this long without winning the championship in?
Yeah,
it would have to be because you've won.
I've
won everything.
I've not won other championships. Championships are hard to win.
Yeah, they are.
Have you won a lot of trails? I haven't won that many championships.
No, I was trying to give you some props there.
No, it backfired.
I think a lot of people sleep on this tournament. I mean, it's up there, payout wise, up there with the Classic and Red Crest. I mean, especially for what it takes to get in.
And if you win, you make Red Crest, right?
Yeah, if you win.
So there's an additional chance at $300,000 and another guaranteed $10,000, I think, on top of that. And I mean, yeah, there's a lot on the line in this tournament.
Yeah, for the person that I qualified through the wild card because I couldn't fish a single division this year, so I went to a fish. I can't remember, Kentucky Lake, Eufaula, Champlain, and Gunnersville, and got in. If you want to fish another trail or you don't have time to fish one, you can always pick 4, and as long as you're in the top 25 in points, you can get in. I mean, a lot of people sleep on this, and in my opinion, it's one of the top 3 tournaments in the country.
To fish 3 events and qualify to win $200,000, but it's not the $200,000; it's the top 10 because that top 10. I think I'm assuming this was how it's always been the last couple of years: 10,000 in the top 10, and then the extra bonus 10,000.
Yeah,
if you are the highest finisher qualifying
in your division.
So I won that one. So like at Gunnersville, I won like 26,000, something like that. I mean, yeah, and it's free. It's actual true.
Yeah.
Some championships aren't, but this is an actual true free championship, 3 tournaments to qualify.
They have a banquet for you. They feed you.
Yeah, they're going to feed us.
It's a pretty cool presentation. It's like I said, it's very underrated.
It was March 6th, 2021 in the at Rayburn when you had 26-6 Blake and Todd was second with 23-9.
God, by a big margin.
Oh, man. All right.
I appreciate that, Matt.
Did you have any opportunities to make that 3 pounds up there, Todd, that day? Or
no, I wasn't doing all that good. And
belt to ass.
I freaking smoked on him in about an hour. And so no, I was pretty happy with it.
I think you've told me about that one, Blake. That was the one where you just rolled up and it like you knew it was special and it just continued to stay special for a brief moment and it was just whack.
That was the first one. This one I had to work for it a little harder.
Okay.
They were pretty hard to catch, and then I came back later in the day and caught the one that probably put me over Todd.
Who weighed in first? Like, were you in the lead and then Todd came up shorter? Was Todd in the lead and then Blake came up?
He was leading.
I was leading.
Oh. All right, fellas.
He's never came in second to me though, so
yeah, I don't fish a lot of tournaments you fish.
Oh man, whatever.
All right. Good luck. Have fun at 250 boats. So at least you're taken out of
No.
174 is what I heard.
Oh, it's only 174.
Like, I don't know if guys didn't show up or what happened. That's just from what I heard from I was at the service crew yesterday talking with all the guys from Garmin and Power Pole and all them. And that's what one of them said. So don't hold me to that, but that's what I overheard.
Oh, interesting.
So, let me ask you this before we end. Will there be a bag weighed over 20 pounds in the tournament?
God, I don't know, man. I mean, I would, that's like asking, I mean, you would think so, but it sure didn't look like it last weekend. That's with two guys. Now, granted, they had to deal with
two guys.
Do what?
That's two guys fishing too. That's 16 hours.
But they had to deal with all of us out there.
Yeah.
But which we talked about, it's not like we saw any of those guys hardly. It was weird. Like,
Grand is one of those lakes that has I feel like a Rayburn, Toledo Bend, whatever. It does not matter. Like even when it's tough, someone sticks them. Like I can't tell you how many times on Rayburn you've seen 30 pounds win it, and then second is like 19 or 22 or something like that.
It didn't happen this past weekend.
I know, but here's what I'm saying. Grand is just looking at the weights and having fished it for so long, it is baffling how many 4-pounders are in Grand for how hard it is at times to catch 20 pounds. Like the 4-pounder to 4-pounders that eat your stuff ratio at times is shockingly low for a lake that has that ability that you see takes 22, 23, 26, 28 to win sometimes.
I'll be honest. I haven't put a 4-pounder in the boat in 4 days.
Blake has. He's not saying anything. Look at him. He's just looking at the screen.
Maybe I shake more fish off. Maybe whatever. I'm just telling you, I haven't. Sometimes you throw some baits with hooks on there, but I haven't put a 4-pounder in the boat.
I'll say this. If it was progressively getting colder this week, I would say yes to the 20 pounds. I'm going to say 19 is the biggest bag in the tournament because we're on a warming trend, and I don't think that's helping.
That's a strong bag. Check Todd out. Todd Castledine Fishing goes live every week with insightful guests and comments. We'll also have recaps, daily recaps, Todd.
I'm not doing them this time.
Just a overall recap of his.
I was just doing stuff with Blake.
Okay. Thoughts and opinions. And then Blake Schroeder is working on expanding his social media presence. Why don't you hit us where everybody can follow you at, Blake?
Just Instagram, Facebook, but follow me and Matt on the Opens next year. It's going to be a fun year.
Weren't you like on the cover of some big ass magazine recently, Blake?
Yeah, at East Texas, Life and Land magazine. Pretty cool article.
What are you?
I missed that one.
Yeah, Todd's never been on a magazine article.
How do you know?
Because you told me.
What? I've never been on an article
or a cover.
What was the name of it, Blake?
Life and Land magazine. It was a spring edition for 2025.
Do you have that framed?
Not yet.
Dude, I've been on the cover of Lake Matt What's it called?
Oh.
Lake Caster on Rayburn.
Wow.
Hey, big time in it right there.
That used to be big time.
Yeah.
When Bass and Bucks and
there was at least 9 pages in that thing.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Big deal.
You ready for this?
Huh?
Oh,
Are you ready for this, Todd?
He's about to blast me.
What is this? Is it sticking out? Oh. He needs, hey, Matt, get him to cut more of a V cut there.
Hey, we got to
get him to get that V cut
right a little deeper. Like you need a deeper V cut on the tournament jersey. Yeah. I would agree on that.
I'll get the.
You need one of those hockey jerseys that laces up.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Fishing for success with Blake Schroeder, life and land. In addition to spring turkey trips, Gulf of America shark fishing.
America.
Heck yeah.
This is not a joke. You can actually get this copy. The Gulf of America shark fishing, and bees, please.
Bees, please.
Yeah, y'all check it out.
That's awesome.
All right. Good luck, guys.
All right.
Thanks, Matt.
See ya. All right, Todd Castledine, Blake Schroeder. We need to take a break, then we're wrapping things up because I'm going to go catch a giant crappie, and I've got a long drive. But BTL on a Wednesday. Be back after this.
Before there were hashtags, there were handshakes and shared stories. They gave us confidence to make our first cast and chase our dreams. They taught us to fish, and in the process, taught us about life. They taught us that success isn't just about reaching the top. It's about lifting others up. The future isn't just about selling tackle. It's about 3 simple words. Let's go fishing. Here's to the original influencers.
The new Puma STS has been redesigned from the ground up. With the angler, design, function, and performance in mind, nothing on this new offering was compromised, and the only thing carried over from the previous version is the name. Based on the Soft Touch series hull that started with the flagship Jaguar, this new model is nimble and performs incredibly well at all speeds with either a 250 or 300 horsepower engine. Featuring a new 96-inch wide-body footprint, this hull measures out at 20 foot 7 inches in length. Industry-leading design coupled with tournament-winning performance. The Puma STS from Basscat. Feel the rush.
I fish in some of the worst elements across the country. Spring, that's a giant, dude. Summer, oh my gosh. Hi, look at that thing. Winter, it's so cold. And fall, got a big one. That's awesome.
Being comfortable and staying dry is the only option.
AFCO, any fish, any water.
When I'm in a tournament, conditions are constantly changing and every second matters. With the Deep Dive app, I can instantly pull up all the current lake conditions all in one spot. So no more looking at weird government websites. In just one quick glance, I have water clarity, water level, wave forecast. It's all right there in the Deep Dive app. Download the Deep Dive app and get all the tools you need to put together an awesome tournament.
At Beatdown Outdoors, we know you depend on your gear to hold up in any condition. We built for that. We test for that. In fact, we pride ourselves in that. Because we know when the time comes to test your gear, you aren't going to take it easy, so we won't. We build premium, made-in-the-USA products that you can rely on in the moments when your equipment should be the last thing on your mind.
All right, that was a fun show. Big shout out to Jordan Babcock from bestontour.net. Don't forget, voting open now through the 24th for the inaugural Best on Tour Awards. If you vote, enter to win a $200 prize pack from Best on Tour. And then also a big shout out to Todd Castledine, Blake Schroeder, as they prepare on their off day for the Toyota Series Championship taking place on Grand Lake. I'm getting out of here. I'm meeting Zeke at the lake. I got the long rods loaded in. I got the one standard Minnow 1, I believe is the name of it. The soft plastic crappie baits that we're going to be using today. I had to break out. I've got, like, if you can't see this around here, I've got all sorts of cords and cables and things that are on the table here because I had to re-break out the GoPro stuff and the cameras that I have not used in like 3 years. I literally just kind of got burnt out doing it in the opens. But I got everything in working order. So we'll see how this CTL goes. Day 4 tomorrow with Frank Scalish. Until then, we'll talk to everyone later. See ya.